In this video, we're going to look at single core versus multi-core wire. Single core wire is also known as solid core wire. It's used as hookup wire. So if you want to show off, you can specify the type of solid core wire that's used as hookup wire as 22 AWG. AWG is a standard. It means American wire gauge, and it defines exactly the diameter and type of wire. This wire is 22 AWG, and that means it's about 0.6 of a millimeter in diameter. The smaller the AWG number is, the thicker the wire is. Solid core wire is used in a few situations. Firstly, it works really well as hookup wire. But secondly, it's really stable because it's just one chunk of a conductor. And for its size and weight, they're able to allow a lot of current compared to multi-core wire. They're also less prone to corrosion because solid core wire has got a smaller surface area than multi-core wire. But they have a problem. If solid core wire bends back and forth enough, eventually it's going to break through a process called work hardening. Each time you bend the wire, the metal changes a little bit. Its molecular structure changes to be a bit more brittle, and eventually this brittleness builds up and up until the wire snaps. Multi-core wire is really useful. It's a bit lighter than solid core wire, and so it's easier to manufacture than solid core wire. And because of this, it's a bit cheaper. But the big reason why multi-core wire is so used is that it's more flexible. Let's take these two pieces of wire. They're similar in size, and so let's do a little test. This is real time, and I'm going to bend these two pieces of wire back and forth until one of them breaks. Let's compare them. And go. Bending, bending, go, 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 and until one breaks. So when we're building stuff, sometimes we need the flexibility of multi-core wire, but we really need hookup wire. So what can we do? We can use jumper wires, and there's nothing wrong with them, but I find them a little bit limiting when it comes to making things really neat. So what we can do is we can make our own. We can take a piece of solid core wire and solder it to the end of a piece of multi-core wire. This way we can have the best of both worlds. A piece of solid hookup wire and the flexibility of multi-core wire. If you're going to make your own, I do this. I use a piece of header, and I use a piece of blue tack and a pair of pliers. I put the blue tack on the pliers to hold the header in place, and then I put the multi-core wire across it, hold it with the pliers, and wind the wire round and round. Then you let it go and solder it up. Okay, so that's wire in a nutshell.